Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Just like as a little preface, if you hear a dog barking, I'm very sorry. One of my neighbors actually has a pet, and they apparently like abuse it, because I remember over the summer, like I just know they were leaving the dog out on the balcony because it was like really hot, and then the animal was like always barking, and it seemed just like really uncomfortable. And I think that's like the situation right now, but they probably just like went to work and left it outside, and it's so sad, you guys. So I am sorry if like the dog is like barking in the background, but there's like nothing I can do about it. But anyway, today is going to be a story time about me suffering, not just that poor animal. I mean, I definitely wish I could help it, but anyway, so this is a story time about when I worked at this seafood restaurant down the road. This was like such a fever dream, like in my life. Like my friends literally like, make fun of me for working here because like I can't say the name of it obviously, but like nobody has like ever heard of this place really, like in my town, because like I go to school here in Columbia, South Carolina, and it's not like a like popping place. It's not like somewhere that people go. So like, you know, they always make fun of me because most of like the customers and stuff were like old people. And it was just so funny because I literally remember just when I went to go interview at this place, like I remember when the lady called me, I forgot that I had even like applied there. And so when I went, y'all, it was just like, it was like a cross between like a Harbor Inn and a Ryan's. Like if you know what those restaurants are, like that was like what it was. It was like a cross between those. And I just remember like going in there, it was like super weird because I had to interview with like 3 different people. I had to interview with the owner, I had to interview with the owner's wife, and then like I had to interview with the like head, like I don't think she was like I think she was like head server or something like that. I think that was her position. I'm not sure because I didn't work there very long. But I had to like interview with like all 3 of them, which was like already a little bit like, I mean, this is a little bit like serious for just like a hostess job. But I ended up like getting the job or whatever. And like, you know, I would go in and like my job was easy. So my job was like basically, so this place had like 2 like hostesses or hosts. Like one would answer phone calls and like do to-go orders and stuff like that. And then like let you pay for to-go orders and stuff like that. And then the other hostess would like seat people and stuff like that and like help the servers. So my job was to like answer the phone calls and to go like do to-go orders and stuff like that. And so it was like an easy job or whatever. Like I would just come in and I would like have to feed the fish because like it was like a seafood restaurant. They had like fish tanks. I would feed the fish. I would like roll silverware. I would, you know, of course, answer the phone calls. I would do like to-go orders. I would like do all this stuff, and it was like easy. It wasn't like a hard job, but like this place was just so like nasty, honestly. Like I would never ever eat there. Like literally I remember like when I first walked in, the first thing I immediately noticed was like they had like water damage all over the ceiling. Like it was so gross. And then like the back in the kitchen, it was like not super clean. I mean, like a lot of restaurants aren't clean. Like I've worked in a lot of restaurants, so I'm just gonna be honest, like I don't expect it to be clean. But like y'all, like literally this place was so chaotic, and like all the servers and stuff were sleeping with each other, which again is like another common thing if you've never worked in a restaurant, but that is the truth. And like there was this like one guy, and like all the girls were like obsessed over him, and he was like not cute. Like he was like okay, he wasn't ugly, but he was like just okay. Like he was the cutest person there, besides me, but like he was the cutest person there, but like he wasn't cute, if that makes sense. So like everybody was like obsessed with him, and like they were just like there was like drama with that. Like if one server would look at him for too long, literally this other bitch that like I never really cared for, just like her like aura put me off. Like she was really like, you could tell she was a fake bitch. Like I'm just putting that out there. And like she would always just get jealous because apparently she had slept with him. And so I'm just like, listen, like if you look at this dude too long, she's gonna get mad. If you look at him too long, she's gonna get mad. Like these bitches are crazy. So there was already like a lot of drama at the job. And then like the girl that was like training me, she was like this little 4'10" girl, and she had like the biggest like mouth on her. Like at first it was cute because my sister's kind of like that, but then she was just like being a bitch and being annoying at a certain point, and I'm just like, okay, like, you know, it's worn off on me. I'm not really like super into this anymore, like, you know, or whatever. So like I was just fed up with like the drama at work. Like it was so much drama here, and y'all, I was only getting paid $9 an hour. Like it was so fucking shitty. Like I didn't want to be a server last summer. I don't know if I mentioned this, but this was like last summer, and so this is what I was doing. And so I didn't want to be a server because I had already been a server back at Tipsy Taco in Clemson. And so like I'm gonna say the name of that place because I don't really give a fuck because I'm never going back there. But as far as this other place, I had worked there last summer, and so like I didn't want to be a server because I hated being a server, and so like it just wasn't worth the money. Like I only got $9 an hour to work somewhere where it was lots of drama, and on top of that, y'all, there was another girl who was one of my coworkers, and she was a hostess, and she would like literally never ever let me do my job. Like if we worked together, she would like, so like again, like I sat over here and I answered the phone calls and did the like to go orders and stuff like that, and she would be over here and she would do like seating and stuff like that. And of course we would help each other. Like I would seat people sometimes, she would answer the phone and stuff sometimes. But whenever I worked with this particular girl, she would literally always take the phone from me, and she would never let me do that. Like she would just like fucking mix match our fucking jobs, and so she would like be talking on the phone and seating people, and so like all I could do was like the to-go orders, which, you know, I mean, I get like it's easier. Like I'm just like, oh well, you know, that's less job, like less work for me. But it actually wasn't, because I wasn't answering the phone. It looked like I wasn't doing my job as much. So like I had to do more side work to actually look like I was working. So like I would have to like roll more silverware. I would have to like clean more and stuff like that, which wasn't that big of a deal. But it just made me mad that like somebody who was not a manager was literally taking the phone from me and trying to do my job for me. And that just like pissed me off, because like stop, like quit being a fake bitch. And y'all, this girl was also kind of weird. Like her boyfriend was a server and she was a hostess, and he was like not cute. Like he was just like a random like dorky looking little guy, which is fine. Like I'm not trying to be a bitch by saying that, but he's not my type. And so like whenever I would have to talk to him, like, you know, if I was seating his section or if he needed change or something like that, she would just always get some type of way about it. And you could just tell, like, I mean, come on, we can just tell, y'all. And like, you know, you could tell that she was like feeling some type of way about it. And so like it was just so much drama. Like these girls at this job were always on some bullshit about guys, like whether it was that other guy that was a server or that girl about her boyfriend. Like I couldn't do it, y'all. So like eventually it was just one day where like I had went in and it was super busy, because Mondays were super busy. Like Mondays you could get like a meal for like $5. And so like every old person in Columbia and Casey, and I don't even care, like Red Bank, wherever else like in this area, would like come out from the woodworks and get some fucking cheap ass seafood for $5. And it wasn't really worth it, but I mean it was enough of a deal to where people wanted to come out. So like I just remember it was one of those busy ass days, and I was having to work like the morning shift, and that's really busy. And so like it was just really fucking annoying to have like, you know, this girl like not letting me answer the phone and do my job, because it was like making me look bad. And it was also just like annoying. Like, let me do my job. If I'm here, I want to do my job. And so like she was just getting on my nerves, and I remember like it was super busy. And another thing about this place before I continue on, so they were literally breaking the law, because in South Carolina you have to be 21 years old to serve and make alcohol. Excuse me, you have to be 21 to make alcohol. You can be 18 to serve it, I think. I'm not sure, but I know they're breaking the law, because not only did they like not have a like designated bartender, like they had a whole like little shoddy bar. They did not have a bartender, so no one on staff was actually a trained bartender. Like they could just do like at home little cocktail things, and like customers would like always complain about it. And like they didn't have a lot of people who drank, because like again it was mostly like really old people, like 60s, 70s, 80s, like, and probably up. Like I'm not lying, this is like old people central, and like there's nothing wrong with that, but like, you know, nobody was really drinking, so they didn't really feel the need to like have an actual like bartender program or like a bar program and stuff like that. So they would just like throw shit together, you guys. Like they would throw together like just like triple sec and then lime juice and like pretend that's a margarita, because they didn't actually have a liquor license, if I'm not mistaken. But if they did, they literally would let underage people literally go behind the bar and like mix stuff up, which is illegal. Like, it's just not allowed. Like, I study like hospitality and tourism like at USC, and on top of that, I've worked in enough restaurants and stuff to know like it's just not allowed. And so, like, you know, it was just like such a cluster, y'all. Like, this owner, like, he did not give a fuck, y'all. Like, he would just completely disregard the law and everything like that, and it was just like annoying. And like, so it was this one day where, like I said, it was super busy. It was like a Monday. We were like slammed, and so I went behind the bar because there was like two people sitting there, and like, you know, I was going to fold silverware and stuff like that because we were having a moment that was like kind of dead. So I was like, okay, well, we're running low on silverware, so let me go roll it. So I went behind the bar to roll the silverware because that's where you're supposed to do it for whatever reason. And so I was doing that, and there was a couple in front of me, and I was like having a conversation with them. Well, this girl that I was talking about that was like super jealous about her boyfriend, who was a server and like the one that carried the phone around, she literally bursts out of the kitchen like this, slams both doors against the wall, and like yells at me saying that she's had to help 2 customers while I've been doing that, and that I need to like basically do my job. And so I'm just like, what in the hell is going on? Because literally I've been looking at the front door the whole time. Like, literally, that like my station and the front door were behind the couple. Like, here's the bar, the couple was in front of me, and behind them was my station and the front door. So like, I'm like, I have not seen you do any of that. But anyway, she literally was like just being such a bitch. And y'all, this, like, I don't know why, but this was like enough for me to quit. Like, I was like, listen, for $9 an hour, they're literally getting on my nerves. It's so much drama, it's just not worth it. So I literally followed this bitch, y'all, like literally to like the back, because they had like a back section of the restaurant that was like for bigger parties and stuff like that, and birthdays and stuff like that. And literally she was back there, and like, so there was nobody else back there, and it was just me and her. And y'all, I cussed her out. I was like, I'm fucking quitting. I'm not working somewhere where some ugly ass, basic ass like bitch. Like, I went off on her. Like, I'm not super proud of it, but it was funny. And actually, let me take that back, I am proud of it. She was a bitch and she deserved it. Like, she's such like she was just so unpleasant. Like, for no reason, she disliked me. She would never let me do my job. She was really weird about her boyfriend, who I was not interested in, and neither was anybody else, sweetheart. And on top of that, like, you're gonna be a bitch to me in front of customers. Like, at least I have the tactfulness to like not cuss you out in front of customers. Like, I'll cuss your ass out in the back, which is what I did. And I fucking quit and I left. Like, I did not feel bad about losing that job. Like, I was like, I am quitting. I am done. Like, the owner, like, she immediately went and ran to the owner. Like, I was just like literally getting my purse and my like drink cup and everything, and I was just chilling. I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm not worried about it. Like, I don't give a fuck about working here. And I just remember like texting the owner about getting my paycheck. And I was also just like, and by the way, if you're going to be breaking the law, at least be doing it with like people who know what the fuck they're doing, because none of those people knew what they were doing at that job. Like, they were just like throwing shit together, like throwing drinks together. They were just like throwing food on the plate. Like, the kitchen was disgusting. The like whole area, like the whole restaurant was disgusting. It was like water damage all over the ceiling. Like, literally the bathrooms were barely ever clean. Like, there was dead fish in the fish tank, even though I was feeding them. It was just so nasty. And then like on top of all that, because I was working there during the summer, I know this. So there was like a glass like waiting area, excuse me, y'all, that was disgusting. But it was like a glass waiting area, and literally like I just remember like it was just like so weird, because like there was this person who came in and he was like, it is so hot outside, and I'm like, I'm sorry, like, would you like to come in here and wait? And he was like, okay, I can do that. And so I went out into the waiting area, and y'all, it was so hot. And so I went to go tell my manager, and he was like, oh yeah, we don't have an AC in the waiting area. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why not? So literally, like, he didn't even like care enough to have AC in the waiting area during the summertime. Like, he did not give a fuck. So like, why should I? So that's why I ended up quitting. And honestly, y'all, like, it was just such a weird job. Like, it was just like a fever dream, honestly. Like, just going there and like coming back and stuff. It was just like, why am I here? Like, literally, the only people that were even like young were like people that worked there. Like, nobody ever, even like remotely around my age, like would actually go there. Like, I never saw anyone there, and I worked there for like a little bit over a month. So like, it was just super weird, you guys. And honestly, like, that job is just like, I don't know. I would not work there again. I would not recommend working there. You literally only get paid $9 an hour. And I'm just like, okay, y'all can't even pay us double digits. And it's just like, it's not enough. So yeah. So that being said, that is the end of today's story time. I hope you loved it. I'm feeling kind of weird today because like I got super lit last night, and so like, do you know when you get like really lit and then like the next day you feel weird? That's how I've been like all day. So I'm supposed to go out later for like a date, and so I'm like excited about that. But I just feel so weird, so I don't know if I'm gonna drink. But yeah, that is the end of today's story. I hope you loved it. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe and all that. And yeah.